Sri.Justice Surya Kant, Judge, Supreme Court of India, to kindly deliver the convocation address.
Maheshwari, Honorable Judge, Supreme Court of India, Justice P.S. Narasimha, Honorable Judge, Supreme Court of India, Justice Dhiraj Singh Thakur, Honorable the Chief Justice of High Court of Andhra Pradesh and Chancellor of DSNLU University, Honorable Judges of the Andhra Pradesh High Court, Learned Advocate General State of Andhra Pradesh, Professor Dr. Surya Prakasa, Vice-Chancellor, DSNLU University. I can see a galaxy of serving and former Vice-Chancellors of eminent law universities, including my Guru, Dr. Professor Hon'ble Sri are present. My humble salute to all of you to be here. Registrar and esteemed faculty members of this National Law University, proud parents, my dear graduates and friends from media. Very good afternoon to all of you. It's a great, momentous day, and let us remember, all of us, that it's a Teacher's Day. It's a great coincidence for which I will congratulate the Vice-Chancellor to organizing this event on a day when we pay our tributes, express our thanks to our teachers, that it is by virtue of their dedication, commitment, and investment they have made selflessly in us that we are in a position to stand before all of you. My humble respect to all the teachers who are present here. When I saw the strength of the students, I was a little worried. Last year I had an experience of being in convocation in Punjab University, where about 1800 law graduates were there, and each one of them wanted the degree to be handed over personally. I had no choice. I did that exercise, but in the last I made a very humble request and demand to the Chancellor and the Vice-Chancellor that please confer one degree of being masters in patience to me also. But today, thanks to the very disciplined law graduates of different batches, postgraduates and those who have been conferred the daily degree, they have really, I can very well visualize the element of discipline that has been invested in them, that they cooperated for timely conclusion of this event. My dear graduates, today marks an extraordinary milestone, a day for you to bask in pride, hope, and anticipation. Congratulations to each and every one of you. For years, you have weathered the demands of one of the most rigorous disciplines in the world, spending late night poring over cases, preparing projects, and wrestling with the complexities and the nuances of the law. And I believe you remember, law school is not just a test of intellect, it is a test of spirit. Consider your law school experience as the training ground for the real world. But far beyond the confines of academic life, I am sure your time in this university has been memorable, with the annual Onam festivities, late night trips to Rushikonda beach, and celebrations in the local restaurants. While I congratulate all the graduates and postgraduates, I must also express my thanks to their proud parents, siblings, friends, and mentor who are here or cheering from afar. You have been the bedrock on which these graduates have built their dreams. My dear graduates, as you don your graduation cap and hold your degree, let the magnitude of what you have accomplished so far settle in, savor it. Today, the world opens its door to you. Right before you make your way through those doors, allow me to offer some tidbits of advice to help you chart your own course. While the world recognizes your intellectual strength and resolve, the deeper measure lies in how you seek and create fulfillment in the years ahead. Remember, true fulfillment is found in the intertwining of passion and connection, of meaningful work and loving relationship. The law is a profession that asks much of the heart as well as the mind, and that is why finding satisfaction means more than professional achievement alone. It emanates from the two enduring pillars, namely one, doing work you truly enjoy, and second, sustaining relationships that feed your happiness. You may have felt the pressure to choose a single specific path and stick to it in the rest of your life. This is a bit of a fib. The truth is, very few professionals, lawyers or otherwise, find their calling overnight. Your interests and passions will evolve, and as they do, your sense of purpose will transform. That is not a sign of confusion. In fact, and I firmly believe, it is a sign of growth. Many of us have felt the severity of internal tussle to find a perfect fit, a role or calling that instantly excites and satisfies us. But in reality, passion is rarely discovered as a sudden flame. It is kindled by layers of experience, curiosity, and reflection. Today, you may have an idea of where you wish to go, but tomorrow that vision may shift. Therefore, permit yourself to evolve and adapt for the simple reason that growth rarely proceeds in a straight line. Some of you may discover your passion in advocacy, some in corporate offices, others in teaching. The others may like to go for public services or judicial services, or something entirely unexpected. The magic of law is its permeability, its ability to let you reinvent yourself, to switch lanes, and to start over. Do not be afraid of the uncertainty, rather, embrace it. Celebrate yourself for having the courage to ask, what truly makes me happy? If you look around, you will see an incredible diversity of stories. Many of you have changed your dreams mid-course, drawn to unexpected fields by a single lecture, a senior's advice, or a passing moment of inspiration. The world convinces us we must have all the answers, yet the wisest among us know that the journey of self-discovery is lifelong. What matters is not the rigidity of your destination, but the authenticity of your pursuit. Let me share a personal reflection. I remember being a young lawyer practicing in the district courts. At that time, the very idea of becoming a judge of the Supreme Court seemed like a naive fantasy, too far-fetched and fantasized to even be true. I thought that the doors opening before me, then would guide the rest of my life. The reality was far more nuanced. There were detours and false starts, doors that led to places I never expected, and passions that sparked a new, unprecedented directions. For instance, in the beginning of my career, I took, Professor Ranbir Singh would recollect, at that time the law graduates in the final year were eligible to apply for judicial services. So when I was in final year, I applied for the judicial services and thought that as soon as I will graduate, I would like to compete. The public service commissions used to conduct the exams and there were nothing like time bound. So meanwhile, I passed my law and I started my practice in the district courts. Within a couple of months, I was advised by the District Bar Association senior advocates as well as the district judge that the right time for me to shift to the High Court. So it so happened that when I meanwhile appeared for the judicial services examination and I also shifted in the High Court. So when the result came, unfortunately I qualified. And when I qualified, so I was called for interview also. And by that time the Supreme Court judgment in Ashok Yadav case had come, and the direction was that a sitting judge of the Supreme Court will be the subject expert in the interview. And the judge who was nominated was the one before whom I had by that time argued some cases. And one of the matrimonial appeal which I fought on behalf of a wife against whom a decree of divorce had been granted on the ground of schizophrenia, I argued that matter for 2 days and fortunately I succeeded. And that very judge was sitting in the interviews. So when he came to know that I had applied for the judicial services and I have been called for interview, he called me in his chamber, and you know what I experienced? He snubbed me and he told me that why do you want to become a judicial officer? I said, sir, my family is very eager. My background is like this and therefore I am very keen to join judicial services. He said, my advice is, do not join it. The bar needs you. Somehow or the other I mustered the courage and I didn't go for interview. Now when looking back, I find that what was really a wonderful advice given to me by that great judge. So therefore there will be unexpected events in life and you should very courageously accept those incidents. After becoming a High Court judge, before that I became Advocate General, then I became a High Court judge. But as a High Court judge, then I got a passion that I must do my Masters in Law, and I was very keen to do my PhD also. Maybe that I will do it after retirement. But then I did it, and I joined the Master's degree, and I enjoyed it. So it was, these are the uncertain moments in life that one faced with trepidation that proved to be stepping stone. And I personally believe that had I not embraced the chances and actively sought them at various times, I might not be standing before you today. So my dear students, the law graduates, the postgraduates, allow yourself the freedom to wonder and to wander, and occasionally to start anew. The privilege of a legal education is not just the power to change the world, but also the power to change yourself. Remain true to your evolving self and trust that happiness will meet you on roads you may not even have mapped. Invest your energy in discovering new pursuits, creating opportunities, and above all, remaining open-minded and resilient. The law offers infinite possibilities. Be bold enough to try, fail, pivot, and succeed on your own terms. As you accelerate into this new chapter of your life, let me offer you an image. Just imagine life as your own Grand Prix. All of you watch this Grand Prix race and racing formulas. So just imagine that your life, your own Grand Prix. Since many of you are fans of Formula One racing, however, this race is a little different from the one you watch online. In your life, race is different. In the Grand Prix of your life, your goal is not to finish the race faster than everyone else. The goal is to focus on the quality of your own race. I have asked you to seek purpose in your work, but equally, you must cherish and nourish every relationship with your loved ones. Think of your friends, family, and loved ones as you pit crew. No champion crosses the fine line alone. Lawyers, like racers, are asked to compete hundreds of laps, face sudden obstacles, and change course at speed. The members of your pit crew are the skilled, attentive team ready to jump in whenever you need a quick repair, fresh energy, or change of tires. So, building and sustaining these kinds of relationships in your life and career takes effort, patience, and generosity. The energy invested in these bonds returns tenfold, sustaining and renewing in a ways your professional achievements never could. I have found again and again that happiness inside the home shapes happiness outside it. The laughter, comfort, and love waiting for you after a tough day in court gives you the strength to face whatever comes next. Never underestimate the value of that pit stop. The practice of law can at times feel adversarial and isolating. Too often, legal professionals put off time with family, delay friendships, and postpone self care, thinking their work must always come first. However, the very moments you cherish most will be those spent among the company of loved ones in quiet sport and playful camaraderie. Trust me when I say that fulfillment in this profession is not found in isolation. Instead, it flourishes in community and connection. If your journey ever feels lonely or overwhelming, reach out. Cultivate gratitude for those who never hesitate to lend a hand, challenging your thinking, or remind you who you truly are. Remind yourself to put work aside sometimes to be present for those moments that matter and to give back to the people that matter most to you. As my favorite F1 racer, Lewis Hamilton, said, and I quote, I love his racing, when he says, we win and lose together. So invest time, energy, and care in these relationships because when the race is over and the applause fades, it is love, loyalty, and kindness that endure. Beyond books and lectures, your time in this university has been rich with memories. The friendship built, the laughter shared, moments at the beach, in hostels, and during college festivals. These will remain with you as treasures, keepsakes. The road ahead will bring new challenges and fresh opportunities, but also the chance to shape the world and yourselves in ways you may not yet imagine. So, therefore, dear young friends, not every step will be planned and not every detour will seem welcome, but fulfillment lies in walking paths that stretch your mind and open your heart. Dare to be different, dare to be kind, dare to find happiness both inside and outside your professional life. Congratulations to once again To all the graduates, may your future shine bright and with possibility. May your ambitions always be matched by your compassion, and may you find lasting joy with those whom you choose to walk beside. And lastly and proudly, I must acknowledge that those who have been honored with degrees today, I find that the girls are much more than the boys. It's a matter of honor, proud, and something to celebrate that those who were being called as homemakers a decade back are now becoming lawmakers. All the best wishes to you. Thank you very much, Jai Hind.